Hey guys, just chilling and listening to Tinker. Um, so, as you can see, I've done something different with my hair. I cut it. Because remember, it was to here somewhere, right there? It's about here. It's really long. Until I noticed that was all my bottom layer, and it was only, I think it was this thick. It's pretty thin. Wow, I look really cruddy. So I went and chopped it off. Now, to get to the point of this video, I'm gonna tell you about me supposedly convincing my parents to let me dye my hair and get piercings, because I always have people ask me, like especially when I had pink and black hair, how did you convince your parents to allow you to do that because of whatever reason? Now, to be honest, I never had to convince my parents. When I was in 4th grade, I believe, or 5th grade, my mom would dye her hair red and she would have leftover dye, and we would dye my hair. My parents were always okay with me dyeing my hair any kind of color. They didn't care if it was funny colors. My mom's whole thing was, if the worst thing that I do is dye my hair, then she's happy. So, I dye my hair. Now, there was only one color I was never allowed to do, and I have it right now, and that is black. I was told I was never, as long as I lived underneath my mom's roof and my dad's roof, I would never get black hair. Well, that didn't last. When I was 15, I went to the store with my best friend at the time, and we purchased some black hair dye. Went up to his house, dyed my hair, came home. My mom was furious. She was so not very happy with me because I did what I wasn't supposed to. That also happened another time that I truly admit I was totally stupid during this point in time, but it's funny. For weeks and weeks and weeks, I had asked my mom if I could get a faux hawk, because I don't even know why, but I thought it was awesome. And she thought, because she had told me no, and I was like, alright, well, maybe I should just go and get a haircut, And I kept asking her about getting a faux hawk, and she finally said that she had set up a hair appointment. But I wasn't supposed to get that. But, smarty me, she had set it up right after I had gotten out of school, and she told me to go by myself. Well, then, I went and got a faux hawk. Went home, showed my sister, and my sister, her jaw literally dropped, and she was like, you were supposed to come home, and I was supposed to tell you not to get that. And I was like, oops. But back to hair dyeing. Yeah, I was never allowed to do black, and her whole reasoning is that some people really do not look good with black hair. I don't know how. I know with, her whole reasoning is that, I'm so pale, but it actually looks really good with my skin tone, so good. But I also found out, if your parents are not allowing you to dye your hair a certain color, do not go and do it and then have them help you re-dye your roots, because they're not going to be very gentle. They're going to show you how mad you made them. So yeah. Now, sorry. Piercings. Yeah. Okay, so my piercings, I have 8. I have 2 in both ears. I have my snake bites, my septum, and my belly button. And I used to have my labret done because I was an idiot and I did it 5 times by myself. And when I had done my labret, I think it was like the last time. I think it was the last time My mom had caught me because she had called me in to help her, and yeah, she saw it. She wasn't very happy about that. Then, when I was 16, I got my second hole done because ever since I was like 1, I had had my first hole done, and yes, that was awesome. Now, let's see. I think with my snake bites, my septum, and my belly button, those ones I had gotten within a year that my parents and I had some not awesome times together. And that was all my fault because I was completely stupid and I was having a lot of problems myself, and I just didn't know what to do. So I went freaking crazy. Well, not crazy, but I just didn't know what to do. So I ended up going and living with my second oldest sister, and I went and the first ones that I got done when I was up there, sorry, was my snake bites. And when my mom first saw us of coming up and visiting, she was not very happy. My dad, on the other hand, didn't really, he thought they kind of looked cool. Then the one after that was my septum. That one neither one of them really liked because they're not really for bull rings, so. Oops. Now my belly button, they didn't know that I had it until I moved back home. And that one they were kind of like, you already got the other ones, so what's so bad about having the ones you already have? And yeah, and like if you do have to convince your parents, it will most likely take a while depending on how stubborn your parents are. So it takes a lot of patience. I would not recommend going and doing what I did because I got in so much trouble. But I do have to say to the parents of the kids that really want to dye their hair, all I have to say is just let them do it. The only reason why you should let them do it is when they get older, once they hit 18, they're most likely going to have to stop unless they can have a job where they're allowed to have unnatural hair colors. So the best thing to do is just allow them to go to school with, unnatural hair colors. What's so bad about that? I mean, it's just being different and not like everyone else. I mean, yeah, I know there's people that are like, oh, well, if you dye your hair unnatural, there's so many other people that do the same thing, so that means that you're just like all the other ones. No. People do it different ways. And it's usually, I don't really know for them, but I don't do it to, like, attract people or make them happy. I do it to make myself happy. So, I mean, if your kid really wants to do it, let them do it. What's the worst that can happen? Them having funny colored hair? Woo! Oh my goodness. It'll fade out anyways. Or like getting piercings. Why not allow that? What's so bad about them? I mean, besides the fact of you get scars, but how do you not get scars in the first place anyways? Like, if you do anything, you're gonna get a freaking scar. Especially like if you're, you trip or you fall, or you trip or you fall. You do anything, you're most likely gonna get a scar, so what's so bad? I have to say, if I ever decide to have children, I'm going to let them get piercings and dye their hair whatever they want. Because I don't see anything wrong with it, I just see it as being different and unique and awesome, and I don't see what's so bad about it. So, just give it a shot. Bet your kids would be happy. So, Now that's sad. Hopefully I didn't make anybody upset, because I kind of would feel bad. Then again, I wouldn't, because of the fact, what's so bad about it? And all that is, before I keep going. So yeah, those are all my awesome stories, and my word out to the parents and kids of how to convince their parents, somewhat. Didn't really get to that a lot. But yeah, so hope you guys have a great day. I know I will. I'm most likely gonna go and play with my puppy. So, peace.